To Chile now, where members of the country's indigenous Mapuche community are vowing to take back what they say is stolen land. For years, activists have been trying to reclaim what they say is ancestral territory. But Chile's government disagrees, and last week, a confrontation over the issue turned deadly. A 22-year-old Mapuche man was shot and killed by police after demonstrators clashed with them during a protest. Our Latin America editor, Lucia Newman, has more from Tumeco in Chile.
Since long before the Spanish conquest, southern Chile has been Mapuche Indian territory. And like the Yaima volcano that erupted just last week, the descendants of the original owners of this vast land are again unleashing their rage. The killing of Matias Catrileo, a Mapuche student activist shot by police during a land dispute, has put the community's most militant wing, the Arauco Mayeco coordinator, on the warpath. Pascual Pichun founded the Arauco Coordinator 10 years ago to recover the land by force if necessary that is at the heart of this dispute. Our land was stolen from us in 1860 and we were left with almost nothing. We could not live in so much poverty. We tried talking, but the government says and does nothing. So that takes us to where we are today. We have to take back what belongs to us, he says. For the last decade, activists have been trying to take back the land that surrounds their small communities, often carrying out acts of sabotage against the new owners' property and machinery. Pichun was recently released after spending 5 years in prison, one of dozens of Mapuche activists jailed under Chile's anti-terrorist legislation. We're not terrorists, he says. It is the Winca, the white man, that only thinks of conquering, destroying, and trying to take what he can from another. Much of the Mapuche's ancestral land was sold by the government and today is owned by large timber companies that have replaced the native forests with pine and eucalyptus trees. Pichun's community has actually managed to occupy a timber producer's land to grow wheat and graze cattle, but it's only a temporary fix. In the absence of sufficient land of their own, the majority of Chile's more than 1 million Mapuches today live in cities, like here in Tumeco, where for generations they've been discriminated against. But now, something is changing in their attitude. Many younger Mapuches who are studying at university are no longer trying to just fit in and are becoming more outspoken. The Chilean government sees us as a problem. They think we'll just integrate and disappear, when it's the opposite. We're here to say that we want to rebuild our society for the new generations to live with pride and freedom, says student leader Andrea Reuca. The Mapuches were famous for their resistance of the Spanish conquest. Centuries later, the killing of a young Mapuche student is underscoring many's determination not to renounce their culture, their language, and most of all, their land. Lucia Newman, Jazeera, Tumeco, Chile.